Hi, what up, everyone? I'm scheduled for a live chat with a guy named Maze Enriquez right now. I haven't seen him yet. Don't know if he's going to show up. It's not an uncommon occurrence to have someone sign up for something like this and then not show up. Um, if he doesn't show up, then I guess if there's an audience, I'll take questions for a couple minutes, although it's been a long day, so I probably won't hang out for too long. But Yeah. So Maze, in case he does show up, I'll give you a little heads up about who he is. Maze is a dude who I met at an RSD event in 2018. RSD, aka Real Social Dynamics, is or was like a PUA company. So you may have heard of RSD Tyler in Neil Strauss's book, The Game. He was Tyler Durden, and he, since Maze is here. Anyway, so Maze was at that event, and he was coaching at that event. So he was RSD Maze at the time. But let me add him. Let me get Maze right in here.
How you doing?
Maze, what's up?
Oh man, this is so. First off, I want to just say thank you for taking this call, and I apologize because I let this slip my mind, and I'm not in a professional setup.
Oh, it's
But
okay, man. It's all good.
can you hear me well?
Yeah, your
Will this
audio
work?
is good, bro. Your audio is
Okay.
good. I can see you. It's a little bit dark, but I
Let
can
me
hear you
step
good.
some more
So
light. Let's see if this is better.
that's a lot better, bro. Already.
Okay.
Damn. Damn. Look at that smile. There's that smile. I remember that smile.
How are you doing?
Good, bro. Good. Good. How are you
Excellent.
doing? Where are you at? It's dark where you are, so you're not in Boston.
Yes. No, definitely not. I'm in Warsaw, Poland.
Oh
I'm a little
shit,
ways
man.
away. Look
What
at
are you
that
doing out
smile.
there? Yeah, what are you doing in Poland?
A lot. I got a lot of friends here. I can, I can work from anywhere. But I have a lot of friends here, and yeah, it's dope. It's inexpensive. I'm a bachelor still, beautiful woman, and yeah, it's been good to me so far. We'll see where I'm at later this year.
Bro, there's beautiful women for you no matter where you are. Let's be real. Yo,
All
so
right.
so I don't even know if you knew me at the time, but I remember you because I was in the audience at Owen's event in 2018, and you opened for Owen in Boston that
You're
night.
lying.
No.
Yes, I distinctly remember that event. Yes.
How do you know me? That's how I know you. How do you know me?
So I'm on this journey from like so. Okay, so I have sleep apnea, right? And I have like I didn't learn that I had it. Oh, this is so loud. I didn't learn that I had it until like a year ago. So I was just I just had this thing, and I was reading this book called Breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and I learned about this. I think it's called Homeo Block.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And I was looking that up to see if that could like correct my sleep apnea, open up like my nasal passage a bit more. And I think I put it on YouTube, and I saw like you were one of the first videos that popped up, and then I learned about MSE, and then I looked through a bunch of your videos and was like, okay, this guy's going through this journey, so let me set up a call with him. He knows the ins and outs, so yeah, that's how we got here.
So did you notice that we were friends on Instagram since like 3 years ago when you found me and shit, or did
You're
you not even know
lying.
we were
I
connected?
did not know that. No,
Come on, bro.
I did not. I did not even notice that. No, man. I've literally like you set this up in such a way where people are finding you organically because you're like when I look through your videos, you're being super genuine. You had your own journey going through this, and it's inspiring, man. I'm just like, wow, like even not being the you know a, like a doctor yourself, you've gone through this journey, you've done the research, you're passionate, you want to help people. So I was just like, let me set up this call.
For sure, bro. Well, so is there did you actually want to talk about like your treatment and about treatment options for your sleep apnea or how to deal with that?
I did. So like because I'm in Poland, I'm based in Poland at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would have just straight up went to your doctor because I'm like, okay, he's done it. You know, you swear by him, and but that's just super inconvenient for me right now. So what
Yeah.
I really ideally wanted to get out of this call was what questions I should really ask and what I should look for in a doctor when I'm going to get the MSE treatment, if it really would help with my sleep apnea, right? Because with my sleep apnea, I just have huge tonsils, right? Like I went to a doctor and for the sleep apnea, and they're like they looked inside my mouth and like they're like, holy crap, yeah, no, that makes sense
Mm-hmm.
because this is huge tonsils, right? So blocks off my airway when I'm sleeping. And I just wanted to, yeah, would the MSC treatment actually help with that? And is that a viable solution for it?
Right, right. So my first instinct with you, Maze, is that you're probably not a candidate for MSE because when I think of you, so right now it's real dark. I can't really see you that good. But if I remember, bro, you have a really big, broad like arch. Am I wrong about that? Like you got a big freaking 32 tooth smile, don't you? Like
Yeah, yeah.
smile right now, if you don't mind. Can you yeah, that's better. Stay now. Lean. Let me see the roof of your mouth, Maze.
Wait.
Yeah, just lean back more. Yeah, bro. That's not a narrow maxilla, bro. I mean, your maxilla is like to the point where you have a naturally occurring diastema, which is that little gap between your two front teeth.
Right.
So, like, if you're having sleep apnea,
Yes. Sorry.
whoop whoop.
It's passing by.
That's the sound of the police. Whoop whoop. So,
Yeah.
so Maze, I think what you really need, bro, you don't need maxillary widening. You need to figure out where your airway blockage is and where your sleep apnea is coming from. You need additional diagnostics. I wouldn't just go throwing in an MSE into that maxilla of yours because, bro, being real, you have like you have a 95th percentile maxilla from like I would say all U.S. population. I don't think you need the MSE. You mentioned your tonsils are inflamed. That's a thing, man. Like sometimes people have freakishly inflamed tonsils, um, and so on and so forth. That could be it. Or, bro, it could also be a sleep posture issue for you. Like we
So
could probably fix you with lifestyle things too.
if I can interject, that's the thing. So when I sleep on my sides, I don't have the issue. When I sleep on my back, which is what I ideally would do, then that's when I would. That's when it kicks in. Um, So yeah, I additional diagnosis. Where would you say I would go for that? Like, just go to like more of a sinus expert, or
No, no, you
like,
need to find someone who offers a drug-induced sleep endoscopy. They call it a DICE, right?
okay,
So basically what they do is they give you a little bit of anesthesia
okay.
and it mimics sleep. It basically puts you to sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone loves you, bro. Yo,
Hey
can I
man.
say, bro?
Oh,
Can I say when I saw you at that RSD event, I was like, yo, this motherfucker is glowing. No, bro,
you
honestly.
gotta
And
be
I
the
wanted to
sun.
become friends with you so we could hang out and shit. Like like
And here we manifested it.
that's crazy. Yo, you had feather earrings. You had like you remember those?
I I do. The issue is with the feather earrings. Every time I'm out, I just lose them. Like I'm bouncing off the walls and I lose them. So it's always like I always order them and then I lose them
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, right, right. But
it's well overdue. Whenever you're in Warsaw, whenever you want to take a trip to Poland, I got you.
all right, bro. Dope, dope. So yeah, so I think with you, Maze, we need to figure out exactly what's causing your sleep disordered breathing. How do you even know you have sleep disordered breathing? Maze, did you hear
We're
that?
back.
You're cutting in and out.
Are we
Hey,
back?
can you
Is
hear
this
me?
good?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How do you even know you
Yes.
have sleep disordered breathing?
So I mean, it's more so I will wake up and I'll hear myself.
Fuck. Maze's connection is no good. Damn.
Got me?
Yeah. Yep. There you are. Yep.
So I'll wake up and I'll hear myself like snoring, and I'll wake up out of my sleep from it. And then also, if I'm sleeping on my back, whenever I'm with a girl, they'll tell me like, if you're on your side, you're fine, but like I hear you stop breathing when you're on your back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key element. I really just want that back in my life. I would just like to be able to sleep on my back undisturbed and be able to relax there. And if
Okay.
I go into my back, not be woken up out of my sleep and it disrupting my sleep, right?
Okay.
And leading to like sleep anxiety and things of that nature. So that's really what the goal is.
Okay. I got you on that. So let me just ask though, real quick. The nights when that happens, are you drinking those nights, or you'll be
No,
stone cold sober and
stone
you'll
cold
still
sober.
have that problem?
Yeah, stone cold sober.
Okay. Here's then what I would try for you, Maze. If sleeping on your side solves your sleep disordered breathing, but you like sleeping on your back, then you should sleep the way I sleep, which is on your back, but with your head to the side.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So it's very rare that a human being can sleep on their back face up and not have sleep disordered breathing. It's basically like impossible, because think about it. Gravity is pulling your stuff into your throat. It's pulling your mandible into your throat. It's pulling your tongue into your throat. Gravity.
Got it.
So it's inherently an inferior sleeping position for sleep apnea. So
Okay.
so here's what you do. You stay on your back, but you just go like this.
Okay.
And that solves the problem. I've been sleeping like that for a year and a half now.
Okay. All right, so are you doing that like slightly elevated, or are you just flat on the bed, or?
Slightly elevated. I've got
Okay.
my the head of my bed inclined 8 inches above the foot of my bed.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
also helps the airway, because think about it. If you're perfectly flat, right? That's your throat. That's your windpipe. Gravity is doing this to your throat.
Right.
So if you incline your bed a little bit, head like 6 to 8 inches higher than your feet, then now the gravity is kind of pulling down a little bit. Like it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not just collapsing your soft palate in your esophagus.
Got it. Got it.
So the key to sleep posture, in my opinion, and I'm about to make a video about this because I've never heard anyone talk about it. The key is incline your bed and then sleep on your back with your head to the side. Now, your back isn't perfectly flat. Here's the other thing. Let's take it one level higher in terms of sleep posture. You're not like flat on your back like this, like this. You actually want to roll your body a little bit to the side that your head is facing.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you open your hips a little bit to the side your head is facing, and then you turn that way. But your shoulders should still be on the bed, like giving
Understood.
you that symmetry that your body wants.
Understood. Understood. Wow.
So what are your thoughts on that, Maze?
Simple fix. Yeah, I was pretty confident that like, okay, like I need some kind of way to open up my airways. The MSE seemed like, okay, this seems like the solution, because I heard you talk about the homeo block. I was like, okay, well, this clearly isn't it. For my age, I'm not a kid anymore, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but based on what you just said, it makes total sense. And again, you have much more experience in this, and you've been doing it for a year, so that does make sense to me. And with me switching on my sides, right? Like there's never an issue. I don't wake up out of my sleep when I'm on my sides. When I
Mm-hmm.
wake up, I've either like turned over onto my stomach and I'm sleeping at the like, you know, my face is to the side and like this constriction, or I'm like facing straight up, never on
Mm-hmm.
my side. So that makes sense the way you described it, right? But
Yeah.
I haven't tried it at all, so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
tonight.
So your type of sleep apnea, Maze, is pretty common.
Mhm.
Someone commented, it's a gravity based sleep apnea, right? It's strictly occurring when you're on your back. Joe Rogan has the same type of sleep apnea, by the way, and so do I. So does pretty much anyone else who follows my channel. Even
Right.
most people on my channel, even when they're on their side, they'll have sleep apnea because their jaws are so recessed. But like I was saying, your jaws I mean, the lighting is real good right now. Can we see your smile right now? Yeah, and can we see your side profile, Maze? Just go like this. Yeah, bro.
Is that good?
Yeah, man. You got turn your camera a little bit toward your nose. Yeah, like that. Yeah, bro. You don't really have any obvious structural deficiencies to me. And when I first met you, man, the first thing I noticed about you was like how robust and how like sharp your features were in your face and in your skull, right? Like you, so I really don't think like you need expansion. I think you need to look everywhere else, see how far you can push it with postural correction.
Okay.
If you did want some kind of intervention, you could get some kind of appliance that holds your lower jaw forward in your sleep. Okay,
Okay.
they call them MADs, mandibular advancement devices.
Okay.
And what those do is they use your upper jaw to brace your lower jaw forward, right?
Okay.
So it's an appliance that it's removable. You put it on your lower teeth and it clips onto your upper jaw and it holds your lower jaw forward. Then you can sleep on your back without your shit falling into your throat. The problem with those devices, though, Maze, is they have what's called headgear effect, which means they pull your maxilla backward. So they're pulling this backward to hold the lower jaw forward.
Okay.
So they're problematic in that sense. In other words, you get a short-term benefit, but long-term, they can cause problems.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. I mean, it seems like the first thing to try is definitely the sleep posture, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And then,
go ahead. I was going to just give you the name of a doctor in Poland that you could see if you wanted to talk more about this whole thing, but
100%, please.
I can email that to you after. The doctor's name is Aham Mosin.
Okay.
I'll email that to you, but they're like the number one MSE provider and sort of airway dentistry in Poland.
Please do. Yeah, that's great.
I got you on that.
That's amazing. Yeah, and then when it comes to like other things, just to in general improve your, your airway, like mewing and things of that nature, like, is that effective at my age? I'm 28 now. Like, yeah, in general, what are the better like lifestyle habits to start now to just be better in general?
Yeah, so mewing, or what some people call myofunctional therapy, is basically just training the muscles of your face, your tongue, your lips, your neck, your head to be optimal and to have good habits with that. Training proper tongue posture for you, I think, would be especially beneficial for your problem, because if you can learn the suction method, right, then you might eventually be able to sleep on your back again once you get good enough at it. Do you know what the suction method is with mewing?
I think so, but if you could run it through it again.
I will. It's basically when you create a negative pressure in your mouth using your tongue sucked up against the roof of your mouth, you create a vacuum and it sticks your tongue to the roof of your mouth passively.
Okay. And so, you could do this while you sleep.
This is the only way to keep your tongue up while you're asleep, is passively, right? Because you're not going to actively press it, right? So it has to be like a passive thing.
Understood.
So think of mewing like I heard a myofunctional therapist say this recently. All of mewing and all of myofunctional therapy is just trying to recreate breastfeeding. And when we breastfeeding is where we learn proper oral habits and where we expand our palates naturally using our tongue. And when you're breastfeeding, you create a suction between the nipple and the roof of your mouth and the tongue. Right. And that's what pulls the milk out, is that suction.
Right.
So you want to create that same suction on the roof of your mouth at all times of day. And if you can train yourself to do that at all times of day when you're not talking or eating, then you'll be better at doing that when you're sleeping, and your tongue will be less likely to fall off the roof of your mouth and cause you to have sleep disordered breathing.
Understood. And so like what to just get better at this in general? Are you just like setting timers, like reminders to just do this throughout the day?
Yeah. So there's a whole field of basically physical therapy that's dedicated to training people to do this. It's called myofunctional therapy. And
Okay.
if you work with a myofunctional therapist, they'll ask you to do your exercises at least twice a day.
Okay.
So it's just like lifting weights.
Okay.
The more the better. You
Right.
don't want to
Right.
overdo it, but it's pretty hard to like overdo it with myofunctional therapy. But I
Right.
would say at least twice a day for, let's say, a minute. You should
Okay.
practice suctioning your tongue up on the roof of your mouth, and then you should practice it longer and longer each time you do it. So you should go from 1 minute to 2 minutes to 3 minutes. Like put on a song and then say, okay, for this whole song, I'm going to practice just suctioning my tongue up on the roof of my mouth and creating that interoral vacuum. And then, Maze, because your maxilla is so big and wide, I think it's going to be pretty easy for you, bro, to do it and to like get much better at that.
Got it. Got it. This has been gold. This has been gold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure, man. Hey, I'm glad to be able to help you out, bro.
I'm very happy myself because it's really been. I mean, sleep is one of those things where it is so anxiety provoking, especially when you know how core and how important it is, and just like little things throwing off your sleep, and then when I
Maze's connection is
wait,
bumming.
so anything to optimize. We get back. Yeah,
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
to
yeah.
optimize this area is very, very, very important for me, and important for everybody. So yeah, I'm extremely grateful
For sure.
um, for 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 this knowledge, and I'm happy that you're spreading this information and helping all these people. So yeah, I appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Remember when Tyler used to say that when he was traveling, he would bring the blackout garbage bags and put them over the windows? Because if you
Yeah.
don't sleep, man, you're screwed,
Yes,
right?
I do it. I didn't do it for like a year, and then I just got back onto it like a month ago. Key, major key, especially when you are not waking up in traditional times, like with the sun, with the morning, with sunrise. And usually my sleep schedule is a bit off, so and just keeping it consistent, even if it's later hours, is so key. And also getting in tune with temperature, right? Like I don't know if you saw that bed cover 8 sleep. I'm about to order that. I'm very excited for it.
What does
Just to
that do?
regulate.
Cool your bed down?
Yes, yes. So you could drop your body temperature and keep it consistent throughout the night, especially in the summer. You don't have to worry about like you know turning on the AC or anything. It's on your body, and you just have it set, right? So I'm gonna get that. It should be coming next month. I'm very excited for that too. So anything to optimize my sleep, man. Like supplements, whatever it is, and especially this airway passage. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll start with sleep posture. I'm gonna try that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if you could shoot me the email of that doctor, I want to, any information helps. Get a second opinion, see what they would recommend as well. I'll take it from there.
Yeah, man. One last thing about the sleep posture. When you turn your neck to the side, you might find that it's a little bit tight. Just
Right,
remember,
right.
it takes a couple weeks to open up your neck enough to be able to do it comfortably. So
Okay,
don't give up on it. Eventually,
okay,
you'll find that it will be comfortable enough for you to sustain it, but you'll need to work into it a little bit.
okay. All right. So even incorporating stretching into the next few weeks, that'll be good too.
Yeah. Whatever you can do to open up your neck and help it be turned basically all night.
Right, right.
And
Thank you very much.
is your sleep schedule like a little are you still living that life?
Right now, because like I tend to work American times.
Mhm.
Yes. So I will go to sleep at 4 and wake up at noon typically. Sleep. My room is blacked out, and yeah, and just try to get sun as soon as possible as soon as I wake up, and also catch the sunset. Right, just to
Mhm.
regulate my circadian rhythm. But yeah, basically yes.
Are you still teaching game dating, or are you out of that?
I have been out of it for a few years now. I've been trading mostly, but I'm about to get back into it in a few months. In a few months, I'm
Really?
closing up some things, and yeah, I'm gonna jump back into it. Yes.
Are you gonna go solo, or are you gonna work with someone?
Right now, I'm thinking solo. I have one of my great friends that I had trained for a few years that came on tour with me that wants to that it might be interested, but if not him, then yeah, solo.
Good for you, man. So you're not gonna work with RSD?
I'm not gonna work with RSC. No,
Yeah. Are you still? I don't want to gossip, but are you boys with them or not really?
we're all cool. I love
Yeah.
those guys.
Good.
I love those guys. Yeah, it's all great guys. We're just took different paths at the moment. I know all the boys are still tight over there. Yeah, Madison, Owen, Julian, of course. Oh yeah, I love those guys, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They completely changed my life. Forever, forever grateful. Forever grateful.
Amen, bro. Well, Maze, look, when you get your coaching business up and going again, if you want to come on and you know, do an interview and promote your company or whatever, my audience, there's a lot of guys that are trying to like learn social skills too, because basically a lot of my audience is insecure about the way they look, and they think that that's affecting their dating life. And I'm always telling them, look, like, you don't have to have a perfect physical appearance to be able to like attract people. A lot of it has to do with your social skills and with, basically how you talk to people and how you present. And so I'm trying to put that message out more, because I don't know if you know this, bro, but like the younger generation, there's this whole black pill philosophy with them where they
Black
think
pill.
that, yeah, have you ever heard of the black pill?
No, I'm not familiar with black pill.
It's a new thing, man. When we were coming up, me and you, black pill wasn't a thing, but now it's a thing. And it's this idea that looks are the only thing that matters when it comes to dating.
Got it.
That's the black pill.
Got it.
So it's a very toxic idea. Like, looks
Very
obviously
toxic.
do matter. People will,
Of course.
but it's not only about looks. Like, you can improve other aspects of your game and still attract people,
100%.
obviously.
Obviously. That's the first I've heard of it actually. Thank you for that. Um Definitely, it's ridiculous to say that it doesn't help, but to say that everything is absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
And you can just look around and look at all the unconventionally um, attractive men, or like straight up like not attractive guys that do have women, right? And you see it right there, right? And a lot of it, if I could go back and just talking to that for a moment, is I dove into this super young. I got into this when I was 15, 16, with self-development and game. And if I could go back, right, because I didn't feel like I was traditionally attractive back then, but I just put in the work, and I put in, I just tuned my social skills. But if I could go back now, it would be also putting a lot more effort into networking and my social circle, right? Because that's an element to this too. If you are improving, if you're working on your social skills as well as working on your general lifestyle and improving other people's lifestyles, right? And lighting up the room and connecting people, right? That's I promise you, that's what people are. That's what women and men are looking more so to, right?
Yeah.
So
Leaders,
yes,
leaders
absolutely.
of communities.
I need to find this study, but there's been a study done that on, even when it comes to, it was a study done like basically on having resources, right? So being well off already, and tenacity, right? So the the subjective perception of like, this guy is going places because he puts in the work and he's willing to put himself out there, right? There was a study done with both of those things, and they are very similarly attractive, right? The guy that is willing to put himself out there and it has a work ethic is very similarly attractive to the guy that's done it already. The guy at the finish line, right?
Wow. Wow.
So I need to find this study because it's so key. It's very important, and I didn't know about that when I started this, but that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I am borrowing the confidence of my future self because that is where I'm going to be, and that's extremely attractive, right? So the black bills is while I empathize with the perception, it's nonsense for sure.
Yeah. That's incredible, man, because that's such an inspiring message, what you just said, because it means like, even if you're just starting to put in the work, it's when you start putting in the work, and when people see you putting in the work, that's when you instantly become more attractive.
Instantly.
So it's about the process, not the destination.
Exactly.
For sure. For sure.
And you know what? Like, what's even more beautiful about that, if you're looking for a partner, right? And there's no shame in the game with that. Like, I love that. That's even better, right? Because finding somebody that's not looking for the guy at the finish line, but is willing to be like, yo, this guy is like, oh my God, like I love your passion, I love your tenacity. That's the woman that you want. That's a partner right there. So it's beautiful in a lot of ways.
For sure. For sure. Well, Maze, I'm going to have to get you back on sometime and we'll talk more about this.
With pleasure.
I know you're on the move right now. I'll let you go, man. Next time we'll do something maybe a little bit longer and we'll dive in.
Yes, well, I'll have a professional setup at that point too. I'll be on the side of the road. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Maze. Hey, great seeing you, man. Let's keep in touch, man. All right, hit me up anytime.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Take
All
care.
Right, be easy, Maze. Peace, man. That's Maze.